Hello students, welcome to English Portal. I am sure you are all healthy and taking good care of yourselves and of course reading the textbook and are in touch with English. Today in this video I am going to discuss with you summary writing. Summary, this word is derived from a Latin word summararium, which means abridgment or an abstract. So what is a summary? Summary is a synopsis, in your own words, of a detailed piece of writing. Summary should be concise, direct. It should not have unnecessary details and examples. Summary is also called as précis, abstract, synopsis, etc. Though it seems an easy topic, but summary writing is a skill, and if you master it, then it comes very handy while taking out your own notes. While reading any complicated and lengthy topic, if you have this art of summarizing, if you know how to skim through the passage and scan through it, then it becomes very easy for you to find out the important points, key words, key sentences, central idea of that topic, and then if you write them down in your own words, those pages are going to be very helpful for you during the exam times. So, without further delay, let's go to our topic, that is summary writing. Let's first see the do's of summary writing. Read and reread the passage. Understand it. Read the instructions properly. Find exactly what you need to summarize. Pay attention to the keywords of the passage. Identify the main idea through the process of asking question. What? When? Why? These types of questions. What is the main idea? Is some time period mentioned? What is the purpose of writing this piece of article or passage? All these questions you should ask to yourself while reading. Form short sentences of your own. Connect the sentences with linkers. Linkers means words or phrases that we use to link ideas. You see, we have to shorten the passage, so we have to club the sentences, we have to join the sentences, we have to use linkers, linking words to make sentences short and more meaningful. So linkers such as therefore, so, in spite of, despite, nevertheless, these kinds of linkers, linking words are used to connect the ideas. Remove redundant words and sentences from the key sentences. Many times while explaining the idea, writer uses many sentences or words which are similar in meaning. So whichever ideas or sentences or words which are redundant, that means often used in the form of synonyms or same meanings, that you should omit. Omit details. Too much detailing should not be there. It should be to the point. Avoid your own interpretation. Don't put your own ideas. You just have to state what the author is trying to say. You can use your sentences, but you can't give your opinion, your own view on the passage, your own examples, etc. Now, what are the don'ts of summary writing? So don't include your own ideas, your own examples, your own views. No, it is not personal interpretation. It is just summarizing. Don't exclude any important point, idea from the passage. Don't add anything. Don't comment. You're not commenting. You're not supposed to comment on whatever is written or whatever idea is expressed. Don't give examples. So you don't have to give your own examples. You just have to be precise and you have to short and tell the central idea of the passage. Use the following steps for summary writing. Step 1. Read the article twice. Step 2. Ask questions about the purpose of writing. Step 3. Identify the main idea. It is often in the first 3-4 lines or last 3-4 lines. Write the first draft. Just mark the key words, key ideas which you find while reading. Revise your first draft and edit it. Write the final draft. Now, I have shown you the example from your textbook itself, and question is in this form. Complete the following as instructed. Read the passage and write its summary according to given steps. Communication is a part of our everyday life. We greet one another, smile or frown depending on our moods. Animals too communicate, much to our surprise. Just like us, interaction among animals can be both verbal or non-verbal. Singing is one way in which animals can interact with one another. Male blackbirds often use their melodious songs to catch the attention of the females. These songs are usually rich in notes, variation, encoding various kinds of messages. Songs are also used to warn and keep off other blackbirds from their territory, usually a place where they dwell and reproduce. Large mammals in the ocean sing too. According to the adventurous sailors, enormous whales groan and grunt, while smaller dolphins and porpoises produce pings, whistles, and clicks. These sounds are surprisingly received by other mates as far as several hundred kilometers away. Now, this is the passage. While reading, you can do one thing. Just highlight the keywords from the passage, such as communication. Then it is about communications in animals. They communicate just like human beings, not by speech but by various other modes of communication. Then they also interact. The interaction among animals can be both verbal or non-verbal. Singing is also one way in which animals can interact. Then examples are given. So this male blackbird uses melodious song to catch attention of the females. Now this is again about songs, so you can omit it. It is mainly used to warn or keep off blackbirds from their territory, usually a place where they all dwell and reproduce. One more example is given, that enormous whales groan and grunt while smaller dolphins and porpoises produce pings, whistles and clicks, and their singing or grunting or groaning can be heard several kilometers away. So now while reading, we have just highlighted the key words. Now see the summary. First, you have to give the title. Never forget to give the title. So here title is Communication in Animals. Communication is the integral part of our life. Animals too use verbal and non-verbal communication. Singing is one way in which animals communicate. Birds use songs to attract a mate or variation of sounds to keep other birds away from their territory. Large sea and mammals also sing. Groaning, grunting, or even producing pings, whistles, and clicks can often be heard from several kilometers away. So you see, the sentences are not reproduced as it is. We are supposed to construct our own sentences, but we are not supposed to change the ideas. So the ideas, the main points of the passage should be kept as it is, but you can construct the sentences, link them, and form new sentences. So here communication is a part of everyday life. We greet one another, smile or frown depending on our mood. So this is clubbed into one sentence. Communication is the integral part of our life. So you get now, you have seen the do's and don'ts. So we are using all those points to write a good summary here. So title should be there. All the ideas should be there. It should be precise, and you should not include your own ideas and examples. It should be written in a paragraph. Now let's see one more example. Read the following passage and summarize the information. Give it a suitable title. You have to give the title whether it is asked or not. Jogging is what many of our runners are doing. This may be excellent groundwork for a beginner, but it is hardly an effective training method for athletes who wish to be highly competitive. Athletes must not allow themselves to fall into the trap of a slow, smooth rhythm, that is, the no pain, no strain pace. Long distance runners must constantly strive to increase the tempo of their exercise routine. However, this argument does not mean that athletes should never enjoy a slow and easy run, but rather that they should attempt to reduce the percentage of this type of training, confining it to rest days and to periods of minor aches and injuries. In their quest for superior fitness, long-distance runners must always be certain to put more into their body than they are taking out of it in order to complete the set training task. At the extreme end of overwork lies the prospect of injury and actual loss of condition. But athletes receive many warning signals from their body before this occurs. On the other hand, it is not so obvious to them when their workload is only just over the sense limit, and they may enter every competition without the edge that makes the difference between success and failure. The solution is to keep a careful diary and experiment with different workloads until a pattern becomes clear. Now, obviously, when we are reading, we have understood that this passage is about athletes, and it is stating the importance of training and what kind of training they should take. So let's just highlight the keywords. Jogging, then it is an excellent groundwork for a beginner, but hardly an effective training method for athletes who wish to be highly competitive. So, no pain, no strain pace. Athletes should strive to increase the tempo. They should attempt to reduce the percentage of this type of training, confining to rest days or to periods of minor aches and injuries. So let's find out main or key words from the second paragraph. They should put more into their body than they are taking out of it. Now, if we overwork, injury and actual loss of condition can happen, but they receive warning signals. Okay, so when there is workload is only just over the sense limit, they may enter competition without the edge. That is the difference between success and failure. What is the solution? To keep a careful diary and experiment. Okay, now let's go to our summary. So what can be the title? It can be anything. Training for athletes, fitness regime, fitness mantra. So you can use your imagination. Jogging is excellent for beginner but is highly effective training method for competitive athletes. For athletes, it is no pain, no pace. Long distance runner must constantly increase the tempo of their exercise routine. They can enjoy jogging in rest days and to the periods of minor aches and injuries. For superior fitness, marathon runner must put more in body than they take out. Overlook can lead to injury. Body gives warning signals before injury. But if they don't train rigorously, they may lose the edge. In competition, training decides success or failure. So athletes should maintain a diary and experiment with different workloads to find what suits them best. Now you see, this passage was quite complicated. Long sentences were there, too many ideas were there, redundant sentences are there. So we have simplified them. In our summary, the sentences are simple and so we get the idea of the passage more clearly. So if you have the habit of such summarizing difficult topics in simpler language, then it will become very easy for you at the time of exams to go through them and understand them quickly. Now what should be the format of summary writing? So remember that summary should be in a form of paragraph. A summary begins with a title. A summary is written in your own words. Don't copy down sentences as it is. You connect them, join them, construct them. Do not insert your opinions, deductions, or comments. Don't be personal, be impersonal. Wrap up your summary with simple rephrasing of the main point. The closing sentence should be quite effective. It should be impressive. So with this, we come to the end of this video. I hope it helped you to understand summarizing. And now I expect that you should practice it because as it is said, practice makes man perfect. And if you master this art of summarizing, it will be very helpful for you in your studies. Whenever you are studying a complicated and lengthy topic, scanning through that topic, skimming it, taking out key points, key ideas, that means summarizing will come very handy. And with this skill, if you prepare your notes, you simplify that topic, take down the important points in your own words, then those pages are going to be very handy and very valuable for you during the exams. So that's it, students. Stay safe, stay happy. See you soon. Bye. Thank you.